many people will not understand is that Opendoor is an absolutely cult stock. Okay, so it's a meme cult and it can go quite brutal. Remember, like GameStop had its mania? Exactly in this way.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
Welcome to a brand new video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Daddy and I'm looking for stocks that can go absolutely brilliantly up. And I did this with Tesla, Nvidia, and Robinhood, and so many other stocks. So if this is interesting for you, make sure to subscribe. And I also have my own trading group. We have, not 10, not 100, but thousands of testimonials that people make thousands of dollars. They essentially recommend some friends. They essentially want to put more than $100,000 to trade with us because they see how crazy it is. And today we had another winner and we haven't lost a trade in 4 weeks, guys. It's absolutely insane. We're trying to make about 2 to 4% per week. That it's compounding to about 8 to 15% per month. And this is absolutely brilliant because it's compounding. And then, we want to have this kind of results for you. If you start with the minimum of $10,000 and then, we work your way up there, right? And if you want to start something new that really works this year, then maybe we can help you as well. Schedule a call, the first link into the description, the first link into the comments. Click on it, go to the calendar, schedule a call with me. The call is with me personally, and I can see if we can help you as well. And now let's dive into what Eric Jackson actually say. Here's the clip.
You can't talk about Opendoor these days without mentioning Eric Jackson, founder of the Toronto-based hedge fund EMJ Capital. He's been making a series of posts on social media encouraging people to buy, and he's taken the posting to a new level. Today, for a second day in a row, standing outside of the Canadian rapper Drake's home, he's got a whiteboard asking him to buy a single share of Opendoor. You can actually see on the screen right now the video that he uploaded to Twitter, X, of Eric outside Drake's house. Eric, you got a PhD in management from Columbia Business School. At what point, what was then Urus Hall, did you study trying to get a celebrity to buy a stock?
Ain't too proud to beg, Tim.
Okay, there's the answer.
Wait, tell us who inspired you to do this again?
Was my 16-year-old son, Julian. So I have 4 kids. And Julian, he's my free marketing manager. He hasn't asked me for a dime, or I haven't offered it. And he has great ideas when it comes to, like the other day, somebody sent me a message and saying, I'm a big TikTok star. Can I do a live TikTok interview with you next week or something? And I had no idea who this guy was. So I passed it off to Julian. He did a quick, few taps and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, this guy's legit. It's okay to talk to this guy. So he's my go-to.
So do the people you're speaking to buy your story? Your story is about fundamentals. You do not believe this is a meme stock. We've spoken to you quite a bit over the past 6 weeks or so. Does it seem like your message about this is it's what?
I'm going to say it's a cult stock.
Okay.
And there's only 2 recent cult stocks that I'm familiar with. Maybe you guys can think of some. Palantir and Tesla. And that's now Opendoor's taken the mantle from them, and they're too big. They're, basically when whatever they are now. And they're going to run with this. And a cult stock is not a bad thing if you look at the performance of those stocks when they were called cult stocks.
So what is the differentiation between a cult stock versus a meme stock here?
Well, we love memes, Nora. In the community, we call the Open Army now. That's become the new name for this a worldwide phenomenon of all these retail investors that have bought open shares. And every day I got a new country. Today was Macedonia and U.S. Virgin Islands, actually. But yesterday was Tuvalu, and then Afghanistan the day before, Antarctica the day before, Greenland has come. It's now getting to the point where the countries that haven't bought open shares are more the exception. And so what does it mean that we love memes. I think we're hardwired as humans to communicate through stories and narratives. And Anthony Pompliano, who's now an investor in Opendoor, he had a great quote a couple of days ago, which is that, the ultimate meme stock is really Berkshire Hathaway, because when Warren Buffett announced that he was stepping down, the stock dropped 10%. Why? because the narrative around Berkshire changed. So, but like most of the pejorative way that meme stock is used is to talk about AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, GoPro. I don't know if American Eagle was for a half a second there. Like donut, what was it? Krispy Kreme donuts.
Right.
So like all of these are terrible businesses. You couldn't pay me to buy the stocks in any of these companies.
So we had quite a
Opendoor's a legitimate turnaround story, just the way that Carvana was.
So you talk
just like the way that Palantir and Tesla were.
Eric, you talk about legitimacy here, and I know when we've spoken to you previously, you mentioned fundamentals. That's really what the trade is here for you, I understand. And of course, Twitter is great and all, but I want to get back to the fundamentals here. What do you think is going to happen between now and that $82 price target that you are kind of touting for the stock here? What are the fundamentals driving it?
Well, I'll say like the most valuable thing, Nora, about Opendoor, and I didn't realize this when I first published my first tweet about the $82 price target on July 14th. But what I've come to realize is the most valuable thing Opendoor has going for it is that in the last 12 months, 1.5 million Americans have come to Opendoor and asking for a specific bid for their house. And so that's the mother's milk for this business. That's something that Rocket doesn't have. It's something that Zillow doesn't have. They have buyers. Looky-loos is a term I've heard, going to their sites, but they don't have sellers wanting to transact. 1.5 million is enormous, although it could get a lot bigger in the coming years as their market share in the U.S. grows because of the $20 trillion U.S. residential real estate market, 14 trillion of which is tied to a mortgage. And when you say like, why is that important? Sellers, or it's kind of like saying why are the people that search in Google and the search bar important? Because all the other value flows from that intent. And so that's what's important. And so like if you look at it that way, and then you sort of back out of from that number, how much of that volume can be monetized, what take rate, you get to an enormous number, certainly a lot more than $3.60 or whatever it is today.
So Eric, I want to quickly give you a chance to talk a bit about what, of course, we know was an interesting moment where Carrie Wheeler, the former CEO of Opendoor Technologies, decided to step down. Of course, we know she got a lot of heat and pressure from a lot of retail traders, a lot of investors overall, forcing her and wanting her to do more for the company. What's your reaction to that, and what do you expect moving forward for the company? Quickly.
It's what I called for after the earnings call that I thought was disastrous. I thought she was not up to the task of leading this company. Like maybe she cut some costs and did some good things in the last 2.5 years. Although I think it's inexcusable that she did one media interview in her 2.5 years plus as CEO of this company. It's just like, who does that? Who doesn't do that? And so she just wasn't a good communicator. She's a finance person. They need a product tech person going forward to take this company from, this was a 51-cent stock on June 25th. And it should be an $82 stock today. I mean, it will be, shortly. And so, it's great that she left of her own accord and it didn't try to fight it and, claw her way, stay in the CEO office. Now that they have to turn to finding the right person next. And I hope they bring in Keith Raboy and Eric Wu, both are co-founders, to the board to help select the next CEO.
Eric, we only have 10 seconds. We only have 10 seconds. The stock up 575% since June 1st. Since July 1st, excuse me. Have you sold any?
No.
Okay. When will you sell?
I don't think it's 82 yet, Tim. I mean, if they put some effort into this could be a $500 stock.
Oh wow, $500. Okay, the all-time high was back on February 12th, 2021, $34.59.
So as you can see, he is one of the most known hedge fund managers for exactly this. He looks for stocks that go absolutely ballistic. He was right on Carvana and other stocks that went crazy up. And he said this, which I want to simplify a little bit, okay? So think about this. When there's a lot of people following a code or have the same mission or the same drive, every of them will do everything that more people know about it. They speak to their friends. They speak online. They make Reddit. They make posts. They make content. So you can see here the cult drive for Opendoor can be quite ridiculous, okay? This is something that is extremely important to understand, guys, okay? When things go this way, and we have seen that with GameStop, and the stock picks up a little bit from 4, 5, where we are now, right? To startingly seeing like 8, 12. So many people get FOMO and will jump on. And this will happen this year, guys. I don't believe there's any other opportunity like that where you can really see so much going on in universe where there's too many turnaround stories like that, where the only thing that they need is to get profitable again, right? So this should happen this year. We will have earnings soon. We will have no more information, right? So I can't wait to actually buy more of this company, you know, and I feel that once you have these companies, you go really deep, okay? And then you see, okay, the COO of Shopify comes as a CEO and gets like huge rewarded with stocks when the stock go up, okay? He risked all his legacy and a safe job at Shopify just to bring another company up. Well, this is quite fascinating, right? One of the hedge fund managers that was so successful bets again a lot on Opendoor. Well, then you have the Fed that raising the rates over the last couple of years, which brought Opendoor down in the first place 90%. Now we get better rates. Think about it. It's the perfect storm for the perfect company this year. Okay. So check out x10daytrading.com, schedule a call with me. The first link into the description, the first link into the comments. And I see you obviously tomorrow because the grass is greener always on the other side.